This is the Homeschool Mom Tag, take 4,322. Hi everybody, this is Shalise from Sawbuster Living. If you would like to know more about me, check the link down below. I will take you to my blog and you can hear all about my crazy adventures there. As YouTube isn't enough, right? So today's video is the Homeschool Mom Tag. It was created by Rachel from Day to Day Joy. She will be linked down below, as well as the many other participants in this collab. We are also invited to tag 3 other homeschool mamas, and I'm going to tag Christy from Organized Mom, Trish from Just So Trish, and Megan from Homeschool for 2. So ladies, you've been tagged. Alright, here we go. Were you homeschooled? Yes, I was. Do you want more than that? My personality enough? Whew, those unsocialized homeschoolers, I tell you. Did you know you always wanted to homeschool your children? Yes, I did. My reasons have changed over the years, but yes, I always wanted to homeschool my children, and my husband was the same way before we were married. So that was discussed and decided upon before we even got married. Number 3. What are your 3 favorite books in your homeschool library? Only 3? Oh boy. I don't know how to pick 3. Okay. Alright, so somebody approached me tomorrow and said, hey, I want to start homeschooling. What are some suggestions you have for me? I would probably say the Charlotte Mason Companion. I think that is an excellent book, whether you're doing the Charlotte Mason method or not. It does help if you are, but if not, it still is very informative. The next one would be For the Children's Sake. Again, it has a Charlotte Mason approach, but I really think that it applies to all areas of life, and I would recommend that book. And then number 3. Ooh, now we have to narrow it down to the last one. I don't know. There's so many good ones out there. Oh my goodness. A Biblical Education by Ruth B. Chicks. I really like that one. I kind of need to read it again, but I've loaned mine out, so I don't know when I want to see it again. I think I should just buy another copy. But anyway, that's a really good one. It is for a more Christian standpoint, and so that is something to consider, but it's very, very, very good homeschool book. So that would be my 3rd one, I guess. If a secular, which I have had secular people approach me asking for suggestions for homeschooling, I would recommend those 2. And then the 3rd one maybe would be The 3 R's by Ruth B. Chicks. It kind of just breaks everything down to a simple whatever. Okay. Are you the only teacher? Does your spouse help? Outsource help, tutors, etc.? I am the only teacher in a sense that I like to make sure all the education is kind of filtered through me. That being said, we have done co-ops in the past. We don't have tutors. But I also work with strengths and weaknesses. So my strength may be sewing. You know, I can teach sewing, and another friend may be like, well, you're really good at sewing. I'm not so good at sewing, but I can teach herbalism. And this is a true story. I can teach herbalism. So maybe we can kind of help each other out here. And I will go and do that. Another friend was very good at handwriting. She is the handwriting expert. She is my Charlotte Mason expert. I go to her for everything. And we kind of, we didn't even swap. I gave her coffee and she taught my kids beautiful calligraphy handwriting. And I just kind of gleaned from her. So, I don't know. I hope that answered it. Where is your favorite place to buy homeschool curriculum? The thrift store. Did you want more information than that? Well, since we do a Charlotte Mason method, I tend to look for living books and ideas at our thrift store. It's also very economical, especially for me that I'm working with a small budget. And Amazon, I do a lot of Amazon because I can kind of look for used books. I choose used books not just because of the price, but because then I am trying to use resources that are already printed and available. That's more so I don't waste and everything. But I do look at thrift stores, I look at Amazon, and I look through Facebook used groups. So those are probably my top 3 if I was to pick any. And on that note, do you have a set budget for your homeschool? I really don't know how to answer that. Last year was probably our most expensive year. I was replacing certain curriculum, purchasing new curriculum, and then purchasing a ton of books. And I think I ended up spending about $500 for all of us for the entire year, which is a lot. I'm not saying it isn't. It was a lot. However, I would say about $200 of that is something that I wish I would have given more time to think about. Do I have a set budget for my homeschool? Our tax return is what I use for my homeschool budget. But I try to keep it as minimally as possible using what I already have, what I've picked up throughout the year through thrift stores and everything. So my husband hasn't given me an amount and said, this is what you can use for homeschool. What I typically do is look at what I want to do, figure out what I need, and then approach that to my husband, and he'll be like, well, can we cut this? And then can we cut this? And can we cut this? And between us, we can generally bring what my amount down. But I would say it's usually, for the past 3 or 4 years, it's been between $200 and $500 a year. What are 2 must-have homeschool supplies? Sharpened pencils. Does that sound droll to me? And maybe a hole punch. Those are my 2 must-haves that I have to have every day. What is your favorite or least favorite, I should say, favorite/least favorite subject to teach? My favorite is probably history. I really enjoy that. And as we get into high school, it's actually going to be basic economics. I generally just really like to teach that. Probably my least favorite is going to be math. Right now it's typically easy, but once we hit fractions, I kind of just go like that. Alright. Are you involved in co-ops or homeschool groups? What has been your experience in these groups? Whoo! Okay. I was involved in homeschool co-ops. They do have their strong points and weaknesses. I joined the co-op, and it can be very expensive for us. I joined the co-op to kind of get my kids out. And there's less expensive things to do than that, trust me. But I kind of wanted them exposed to more of our religion, our Christianity religion. We were constantly hanging out with secular families, which is not like an issue for me. I don't see it as something that we can't do. I don't see it as something that I'm against or anything. However, it is difficult for the children for us to be teaching one thing and then to basically send them outside to play, and then everybody else is telling them something that the parents are saying not, or that the parents are saying is not what they believe. And it got to the point where I think the kids were really thinking, well, are we just outcasts? Are we the only ones that think that? And having them in the co-op was more beneficial to them to kind of see, here we are with like-minded people. And I would say that the reverse is true for secular homeschoolers, based on the knowledge that I have of our town. We have secular homeschoolers that go to co-ops, and there's a bunch of Christians in our co-ops, and they kind of feel like outcasts because of that, and that saddens me because we are here to learn and to teach, and I just would like us to figure out something that would work. That being said, homeschooling is not public school education, and so you're not really going to find the separation of church and state in the public schools, if that makes sense, because especially our co-op, it right in the name is Christian home educators of our town. That alone just kind of opens that door as to where we stand. And we do allow secular homeschoolers in, but they do feel like outcasts, not because of what they teach, because they don't have a problem with what they teach, but because of how we are receptive to them. All that to say, I would just really love for them to feel more welcome and to be able to converse more with them. That is not why we left the co-op. I got really burned out with the co-op. I was helping every single week, dashing from one schoolroom to another to be a helper, a mom helper with all these children, just after giving birth to this little one, strapped to me all the time, and it was very exhausting. And that was a long-winded answer. Okay, what is your approach? Charlotte Mason. Eclectic Charlotte Mason, how about we say that? Alright, so those are the 10 questions. They will be linked down below so that you can take them if you've been tagged and continue on. Even if I haven't tagged you and you've watched this video and you want to do it, we invite you to join in and participate with us. Just leave your link in the main person's video, and the name escapes me right now. It'll be linked right here because my brain is it's over the weekend. Thank you so much for inviting me. Check out the link below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!